It's what worries me most about my Sharon, whether she's getting her proper food. I don't know. Where's your home?
Place called Harborne, just outside Birmingham.
Oh.
It's my grand's home, really. She's great. Scotch. Don't know how I'm going to tell her Dad's dead.
Oh, hello, Jim.
Evening, Mrs. Crosswaite. Could I speak to Peggy?
Well, you'd best come in.
Did you get that job?
No, they wanted more experience.
Oh, well, don't worry. Something will turn up. I'm a great believer in that not worrying.
Not heard anything from Sharon, have you?
No. Did you have a message for Penny?
I thought you might like to come down to the village hall. There's a disco on.
Oh, I can't make it. I've promised to meet Joe Sugden in the Woolpack.
Ah.
Well, tell you what, though. Why don't you look in and we can all have a drink together?
I don't know about that. Me and Joe, you...
Oh, don't worry. It's nothing special. Just social. Jack's looking in, too.
All right.
Did he look a bit off to you?
I don't want to interfere, Penny, but Jim Latimer doesn't come from a very nice family.
Well, he can't help that, can he?
No, he can't. But he doesn't mix with best either. Oh, some of his friends. Well, I know it's not for me to criticise, but he's not right sort of company for young girls.
He was at church on Sunday.
He was? Jim Latimer?
All in all, you can't say Henry Wilkes has best of luck.
I hate fires. One thing I can't bear thought of is being caught in a fire.
You do your best to get on top of it here.
It's not a thing to joke about, Peggy.
What's happening to stuff you got out of Wilkes's house?
It's going in corner at barn for time being. We brought it down on trailer.
Is it out there now?
Aye, most of it.
Best get it into barn, hadn't you? It might rain.
Well, we needed a breather. You know, I never realised it was such hard work being a fireman. Certainly takes it out of you.
It's a dangerous job. We don't appreciate them enough.
No, I don't mean that. Not that it's not dangerous. I'd rather them than me any day. No, Grandad, it's just all that lifting and tugging and pulling stuff out.
Ah, well, they don't usually bother with that until they're finished, do they?
It's all got to be done, though, hasn't it?
Barn fires at worst. Seeing all the year's work go up in smoke.
When a house goes up, it's life's work going up.
Oh, well, he'll be insured, I reckon. He's bound to be. A businessman like him.
It's not the point, is it? There's lots of things you can't replace with money. Personal things, photos. It's saying now to having to start getting a house together again from scratch. All done, is it?
Just about. They're starting to pack up hoses and that. Haven't been made long.
About 5 minutes. I'll get you a cup.
Well, where's Henry?
Oh, he's gone off walking for a bit. Said he wanted to think things out.
Where's he going to sleep tonight?
I'll have to try and fix him up here. But how's the problem? Takes some working out.
I don't mind sleeping down here.
Nay, I'll take sofa. He can have my bed.
Oh, it's how he'll feel about sharing a room. I don't mean that he wouldn't. But he's been used to being on his own. And he's not family. And he's not a youngster.
Well, I can always put a bed in the parlour. Well, it is an emergency, isn't it?
I was thinking, if Peggy could sleep with me, Dad slept down here, you could go in with Joe, and Henry Wilkes could have your room.
A right game of musical beds that sounds.
It's pity it ain't tomorrow. Me and Matt could move into the cottage, and Mr. Wilkes could move in here proper.
I'm having your bedroom when you go.
Hush, Dad.
Now, look, that's understood. When they go, I'm having their room.
I don't know who it's been understood by.
As soon as they said they were going, I told you.
We can't bother with that now. You best get that stuff off trailer.
All right.
There's some more bits and pieces to come down.
All right. Come on, Joe. Let's get it done with it.
We'll have to take a look at beds. Poor Henry will be fair wore out.
Red hot cinder on the rug or something. That's what they say it was, anyway. Yet I was careful enough, I was on.
Could have been something in the coal. You know, a bit of slate or something. You know how it can spit and burst out.
Ah. Well, whatever it was, it's done. Not a nice experience, I can tell you, watching your home go up in flames.
But didn't they get anything out?
The Sugden boys did before the fire brigade arrived. Don't know what, haven't had the heart to look. They took what was left on the trailer back to their barn.
Happen you'd like Alison to fix you up with a bite to eat. Cheer you up a bit.
No, thanks.
On the house, we don't like to see our customers in trouble.
Very kind of you, but no thanks.
I'll get him another drink. He needs somewhat. Build it again, will you?
God knows. All I feel like at the moment is getting drunk.
Hello, Mrs. Sugden. May I come in? I was looking for Mr. Wilkes. Is he here?
No, it's not.
Oh, I've been up to the house. He wasn't there. I thought perhaps he might be here with you.
He went off walking to think things over, but I dare say he ended up in Woolpack.
Yes. Well, you can't blame him, can you? It must have been a very unpleasant experience. Hello, Mr. Pearson. How are you?
I'm sorry for the likes of you, Vicar. It can't be easy, the way folk are nowadays.
Well, there are some rewards.
There's too much selfishness about. Everybody thinking of themselves. They've got no time for problems of others.
That's enough, Dad.
No respect for their elders and betters. All folk have got their rights, you know, same as anyone else.
Would you like a cup of tea, Vicar?
No, I mustn't stay, thank you. I just came to see if I could help in any way. Has Mr. Wilkes anywhere to sleep tonight?
Well, we're going to try and put him up here.
Oh, stuffed it all is. It's like getting too many sardines in a tin.
He'd hardly be in the mood to go chasing over to Hottenton Hotel.
Ma, Peggy said... Oh, you and Mr. Ruskin? You've been up well, have you?
Yes, I hear you and Matt were tired of strength.
Oh, just did what we could, you know. Peggy can't find clean sheets.
Aren't they in the airing cupboard?
Can't see any.
Oh, if they're not. Oh, I can't think.
Mrs. Sugden, I was going to suggest that Mr. Wilkes came and stayed with us at the vicarage for the next few days until he's decided what he's going to do.
That's a very good idea. That's a good idea, Vicar. I dare say Vicar's got more room than we have here, and Henry Wilkes will be more comfortable.
Well, I wouldn't go so far as to say that, but it will save you a lot of trouble, won't it?
Well, I can't deny that. But of course, it's really up to Henry. We are rather jumping the gun a bit.
He's probably down at Woolpack. Shall I try?
No, I'll telephone.
Oh.
You best tell Peggy to leave beds till we know what's happening.
Oh, by the way, that new girl, the tramp girl, isn't she staying with you as well?
She was. She's moved in with Mrs. Crosswaite.
Oh, I see. So she's staying on at the village?
As far as I know, she's some arrangement with Jack about decorating Told Mill. It seems a funny sort of job for a girl, but there you are.
Very pretty lass, Vicar. Very pretty. And our Joe's got his eye on her.
Very kind of you. Very kind.
Not at all. We have a spare room, so why shouldn't you use it? And it'll make things easier for the Sugdens.
No, thank you. Tomorrow I'll be in a better state to know just what I should do.
Well, there's no hurry for a day or so. Just make yourself at home.
Oh, thank you.
What about pyjamas and stuff? I know it seems a silly question, but something's worth saved, I gather.
I honestly don't know. The place was completely gutted. What was actually saved, I've no idea.
It'll all be soaking wet anyway. Bound to be.
All right.
I'll put a pair of Edward's pyjamas in your room. And you've got some spare shaving things, haven't you, darling?
Yes, it's in the cabinet.
It won't take me 5 minutes. Then you can have a rest and a bath.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks. Oh. It's part of my calling, Mr. Wilkes, to comfort those in trouble, and I'm sorry, I just don't seem to have the words to express the way I feel.
Your actions speak loud enough, thank you, Vicar.
Yes. Will you rebuild, do you think?
Don't know what I'll do.
No, of course you don't. I'm an old-fashioned priest in many ways, Mr. Wilkes. Even amongst my brethren, I'm considered out of date. You see, I believe in the efficacy of prayer. And I shall pray that things don't seem quite so bad for you in the morning.
Morning, Ted. I'll take him.
All right.
Ta. Oh. Card here from Frank and Janie. Yeah, it's something, isn't it? Wouldn't mind being there now.
Oh, I'm happy enough where I am.
No, I don't mean staying there. Just make a nice break from milking.
I like milking.
Awkward you are. Plain awkward.
I'll try to please.
Now, we'll get pleased with this. Your income tax.
Yeah, it's a mistake here. I don't pay any.
Ah, well, happen they found you out.
Joe, Matt, breakfast.
Might be a rebate.
Now, how can you have a rebate if you don't pay nothing?
Well, you never know your luck, do you? Hey, this is for Peggy.
Hey?
Oh, there we are.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, well, if they won't come when they're called, that's up to them.
Sometimes I wonder where you put it all.
Well,
He's just opened his wife's letter from income tax.
Well, you said it was for me. He can't tell Mr. and Mrs.
What do they want to write to Peggy for?
Well, they want to know where she last made out a tax return.
She's never made one.
Ah, that's why they want to know, maybe.
Is she still asleep?
Said she was getting up.
I'll give her a call.
When was the last time you paid any tax, Grandad?
tax? I hardly get enough to keep me in tobacco as it is.
Oh, well, now we're all directors of Emmerdale Farm Limited. We'll have to look at how we pay tax, won't we?
Henry said he'd look at that.
Oh, well, he's got enough on his plate at the moment. Wonder how he slept last night.
Wouldn't be easy, wherever.
Well, can you come? I think Peg started.
Hey? Telephone hospital.
Well, hadn't you better make sure first?
By the time I've got through, you will have.
I've looked in at the mill twice, and both times you've not been there.
Do you want me to work office hours?
It was your company I was interested in, not your punctuality. Where's Mrs. Crossway?
She's gone to your mum, see if she can help.
Oh, I suppose I should go up there myself, really.
What could you do?
I don't know, but I expect with Wilkes'
Oh,
place in
it's
a bit of a
not the
mess.
fire. It's Peggy.
Oh. Have they arrived?
Well, didn't you know?
Well, how would I know? Apart from people wanting petrol, I hardly see a soul. How is Peggy?
Well, she started early this morning, apparently, and she was taken to hospital. But I don't know whether she's had them or not yet.
Poor old Peg.
Oh, there's nothing wrong. They just took her to hospital. Well, they do, don't they?
Better go and see. Come on.
What about my work at the mill?
Stuff the mill, come on.
Come in.
Not disturbing you, am I?
No, of course not. Did you sleep well?
Later than I usually do. I'd intended to be out early.
Ah, well, you had a heavy night, so we thought it best to let you sleep in.
Ah, well, I'm grateful.
Please.
Must be a thankless sort of job you've got.
Hmm?
Oh, I don't mean... Well, I dare say you get a lot of kicks and no halfpennies.
The reward's in the work, Mr. Wilkes. We serve God.
Ah. Well, that's a bit difficult for me to understand. Is it... Do you mind?
No.
I find it helps me to sort out my thoughts.
Yeah.
I've always been a businessman, do you see?
What were you going to meet about you joining the choir?
Aye. I like singing. To be honest, it was just for that. Something to do. Time's been heavy on my hands lately.
Well, Mr. Gladwin, he's in charge of the choir. I'd be very grateful. We don't get a lot of volunteers, you know.
I'd like to... If there's anything I can do to help you, or the church.
The church is yours, Mr. Wilkes, as it is everybody's who wants to use it. And the way to help is to use it. But it's only if you want to, you know. It's not a case of helping a lame dog over a stile.
I see your point.
Unfortunately, it's very difficult for clerics to discuss the church without seeming to either hunt for customers or oversimplify or something. We are, after all, concerned with the eternity of the soul and not the transience of the flesh, and the soul is... Well, as one of my choir boys says, it's not in the charts nowadays.
We ought to think more about it, I suppose.
Well, I think so. But then I would, wouldn't I?
It must be like having a business when the bottom's dropped out of the market.
Well, I do get a bit depressed at times, as I'm sure most of my brethren do, but...
Alison thinks very highly of me.
She's a very fine woman.
Aye.
You're very friendly with her, I believe.
I am. In fact, I see no reason for hiding it from you, Vicar. I'm hoping to marry her.
Have you asked her yet?
I have.
She didn't accept, of course.
What do you mean, of course?
Because there's something you have to know about her first. She asked me to tell you.
Hello, Woolpack? Yes? Just one moment, please. Someone on the phone for Jack Sugden.
I'll take that. Hello? Hi, this is Woolpack here. No, this is landlord speaking, Amos Braley.
Another shandy, please. Was Joe Sugden in last night?
Yes, all the family were here, after the fire.
Ah. Was that Penny with him?
Yes, she was. Nice girl.
Her dad was that tramp, you know, the one that got killed.
Yes, I think everybody knows that.
Yeah, but I mean, a pretty girl like that having a tramp for a dad. Makes you think, doesn't it?
You like her, do you?
They're phoned up at farm now. They can ring through there with their messages.
He's an old boy.
One at Latimer's. Not what you might describe as cream at neighbourhood. Oh, morning, Mr. Wilkes.
Morning.
Feeling a bit better this morning, I hope.
I want to word with Alison, if you don't mind.
Well, here she is.
You're early, Henry.
In private.
This is a public house and it's working hours.
And workers have some rights.
Aye, and so have employers. Have to go out back anyway. Don't neglect customers.
It is his pub.
I stayed at the vicarage last night, did you know?
No.
Well, I did. The vicar told me the message you left with him for me.
It was hardly a message.
What it sounded like.
I don't think we should talk about it in here.
I don't see why not.
I do. What would you like to drink?
Never mind that now.
Henry, I will not discuss my private life in a saloon bar.
I'll come back at closing time.
But why did they take her to hospital? Why couldn't they be born here?
Don't ask me. I weren't consulted.
I suppose we could phone the hospital and
I've
try
already
and find out.
telephoned twice. They say everything's all right and any minute now. That's it. Is it nephews, nieces, or one of each? Emmerdale Farm? Oh, hang on. For you.
Yes? Oh, hello, Wally. No, I haven't. Because it's just not working out the way I wanted to, that's why. Yeah, look, I can't go into it now. I'm just held up, that's all. Yes, of course I will. Look, I'm going to ring off now. We're expecting a call from the hospital about my sister. What? No, I'm about to become an uncle. Yes, I will. Look, I've promised. I can't do more than that.
Ah, a friend of yours, eh?
If you can call a literary agent a friend, yes.
Well, I'll say this about telephone. You can tell folk off without the danger of them landing you one.
I must get back to work.
I'm afraid I can't run you over to mill. Matt's got Land Rover.
Oh, I've got the bike.
Oh.
Sorry you've got trouble.
I'll look in and see you later. You can probably help me with it.
I can?
Very probably. We'll see.
Well, can't you tell me now?
I could, but I'd rather not.
Oh, well, you know where to find me. Bye, Joe.
Oh, I'll just see you as far as road.
Cheer up, Mr. Pearson. You'll soon be a great-grandfather.
Aye, well, that's not going to do me much good. And Joe!
What?
Shut to her. There's a draft.
You know, it's hard to think you was once village Romeo.
Yeah. Hey, well, Jack, you think you've got problems. Spare a thought for poor old Matt, eh?
I seem to be taking their time.
It's not a job you can hurry.
I was thinking, Might be best if I move that stuff into Jameson's, to Hawthorne Cottage straight away. Then Peggy can go straight there instead of going back to Emmerdale. Save her getting settled in twice.
Can you do it? I mean, what about furniture?
Oh, well, she said what she wanted, more or less. We'll take the bed from Emmerdale, if that's all right.
Shan't want it with you gone, so may as well.
All right, well, I'll get cracking tomorrow then, and... But do you reckon that's...
You'll soon know, lad. You'll soon know.
Penny? I've been waiting for you.
You didn't come to the Woolpack last night.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to be where I wasn't wanted.
Oh, come on, Jim, I asked you.
Yeah, I know. But the Sugdens, you see...
They wouldn't have minded. You know, Jim, I think your trouble is you've got an inferiority complex.
You come into the church again on Sunday?
I go every Sunday.
Would you, could we sit together?
Great. I've got to work now, though.
You working alone in there, are you?
It isn't hard.
Well, I was just thinking maybe I could give you a hand. You know, just passing you things.
OK.
Well, all she's ever told me is he had this sort of accident and has always thought someone were going to lock him up. Why are you so anxious to know, anyway?
Just curiosity.
Well, why don't you ask her, then?
I'm going to, but I get the impression she doesn't like talking about him much.
Well, she just come straight out with it to me. Didn't ask.
Maybe she'd ask you better.
Never know, do you?
I know wish his father to thought. Well, go on. Let's know worst. It might be triplets.
Mr. Skilbert?
Are you coming?
You go first, Matt. Dad's privilege.